It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, it's the Commanders' leader at quarterback.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston. Throwing right away is Winston. And the ball is knocked out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Hankins. Holmes has got it complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Hankins. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A nice gain of 21 yards. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Robinson. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston dancing to his left. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
They're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Hankins. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Jameis to throw it. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A give up the middle to Singletary. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. From the 16, Winston. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now, there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Blankenship's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On the carry, it's Holmes. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. He'll take this to the 46.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 24-yard line. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route, and he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This ball complete to Rager. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Off play action. Hankins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Touchdown, Washington. From 8 yards out, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This taken in at the goal line.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The slot man in motion right.
Robinson with another carry.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Hankins. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
And this is certainly not what this offense wants to see. That's Chris Godwin shaken up following that last play. And this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Fielded just inside the 20. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun.
Hankins. Open man. Here's Schwartz, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake.
Hankins slings this deep from McLaurin. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this 1st half. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They go play action. Winston. Flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
Winston's throw pulled in by Renfro.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play. Winston. He completes it to Evans.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jameis again. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. He'll set up the screen to Fournette.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Winston now. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Blankenship's kick is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. Now maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he's got room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Looking to throw on second down. Hankins is caught. Reception by Holmes.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back to throw again.
That'll be caught. It's Rager. Oh, he's brought down. Remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come.
Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Again, it's Robinson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. A gain there of 21 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On play action, Hankins. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw.
Hankins. He wants it all for the end zone.
And it'll be intercepted.
And the Bucs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right on the 30.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. This is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Hand off now to Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Hankins. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Commanders have got it on cruise control.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He'll check this one off to Fournette. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackle.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
They'll run here with Robinson.
A solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 103 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll run with Holmes.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Robinson on a give right side.
Stiff-armed him. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Winston. He finds his man, complete. That's Bishop.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Jameis now on first down.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Winston.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 37-yard line. Again, it's Winston.
He'll find Fournette again here.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on second down. Winston.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Winston now to throw on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Winston.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
A run now with Holmes. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
126 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to Robinson now on first down. He'll take this to the 46.
There to stop him was Carlton Davis. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
They'll run. This is Holmes.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter,
as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A second down throw for Winston. He finds his man, complete. It's Bishop. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. First down, Winston. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston over the middle to Evans. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Throwing, Winston. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Charles